right, here we go again. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Yakin with Yukon. How's everybody doing? Don't have anybody in the chat yet, but I'm sure that will change very quickly here. How's everybody's weekend? Hopefully, you guys had a good one. I was off a couple days with my kids, which was awesome. They had spring break, so that was happy times around here. But now it's going to be Monday, and we have to go back to work, so that sucks. But actually got a toy hunt in today too, so guys, stay tuned for that. A little update on the videos going forward. I'm gonna start posting them a little bit later in the day. I think 8 a.m. is a little early, so 10 a.m. for now on. Might change the days, not sure about that, but just stay tuned for that with my videos. 10 a.m. premiere. So if you guys haven't been to the premiere, if you've never done a premiere, please check that out. It's a lot of fun. I'm on it and I'm talking with you guys what you think of the video as the video is playing. So please join the premiere. I think we had 7 or 8 last time, so a good showing. But if you want to do it, 10 a.m. and what's up, Yuki? What's up, JJ? JJ and Ed, what is up, my boys? Good to have you guys here. I'm gonna do this now, but I'll do it as I know he'll be on here later because he's on every week. But quick shout out to my boy, Legacy and Nerd, 1,000 subs. He joins the exclusive 1,000 sub club. My guest is in that 1,000 sub club. But Legacy and Nerd, congratulations to you, my friend. Very well deserved. Daniel's doing an awesome job with his interviews, with all the things he does. So, guys, give a congrats to Legacy and Nerd on his 1,000 subs. And that guy's going places, I'll tell you. He's got a bright future. So there we go. Payne's Toys, what's up, my man? Michael Cherry, we got all the local guys in. And I will buy more Joes. Yeah, I know. Ed's been messaging me today to buy more Joes. So yes, I will. All right. Well, you guys are all rolling in. Let's bring in our special guest, guys. One of the best, to me, one of my favorite YouTubers. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. I really mean that. Matt does awesome work. His photography is fantastic. Like I said on the promos, he's a great guy. So I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Let's go ahead and bring on Matt. Let me cue up his music. Matt About Toys is the guest. Here we go. What's up, my man?
What's going on? Hey, everybody.
Good to have you on the show, buddy. Thank you so much for carving out the time to do this. Really appreciate you having you on. What's
Thanks
new
for
in your
having
world,
me.
man? Yeah, absolutely. What's new in your world? What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just, grinding every day, working, trying to do videos as much as I can.
Nice. You do great work, man. How often would you say you put videos up? I was trying to look at your channel a little bit this week. How you are pretty frequent with your videos. How often do you think you actually put one up?
Probably 4 to 5 times a week. I don't really have any consistency like Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I find Mondays are hard for me to do it. I'm just too wiped when I get home. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I definitely try to do some videos for sure. And then maybe 1 or 2 during the week. And it depends on news too. I definitely try to keep on top of some hot reveals like the Batmobile and the Batwing that got revealed this past week.
And we'll definitely talk about that in a few minutes, but I wanted to get we need to get to know you a little better because I think that's important. We do that with every guest. So kind of give us the rundown. What started the toy collecting, the toy photography, and then if you could just kind of segue into what started YouTube and why you decided to go and do this thing.
All right. So I've been into toys, obviously, so, born in the 80s. So been into toys since I was a little kid. Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joes. G.I. Joes was my first kind of one that I remember getting a Christmas full of G.I. Joes. So, and then Ninja Turtles I was collecting and playing with for a long time. Obviously, you stop when you become a teenager, or most people, I did. Yeah. Stopped collecting when I was a teenager. And once I moved in with my wife, I would say I kind of started collecting a little bit more. But through my teenage years, I think it was around 2001, Team Canada in hockey won the gold medal in the grocery stores. They were selling their bobbleheads. Oh, nice. So I started collecting those and then started collecting Batman, NECA bobbleheads and horror bobbleheads and kind of spawned from there. And then once I kind of moved in with my wife, started collecting a little bit more, got into pop figures, a lot of pop figures and Hot Wheels behind me there. And I collected those for a number of years. And then I would say I have a friend that is a collector, Toy Guy 6 SIX on Instagram. He's the one that we kind of we met working in the golf industry, and then we both were toy collectors. So
Oh,
we go
nice.
to toy shows together and things like that. And he got into the toy photography on Instagram, and probably was a year or two later that I did in 2019. That's when I got into the toy photography and was having a lot of fun with it, and then just kind of got a little bit bored with it and wanted to try the YouTube out. I did try a YouTube channel prior, like I can't even remember the year, but about TV shows. But it just took up a lot of time to watch these TV shows, to review them, and I just didn't want to put that much time into watching TV. So I scrapped that and then got into the toy photography, and then now with YouTube, I've been doing it for just over a year now, and
Nice.
love it. Enjoy it a lot more than I did the toy photography. I
Nice.
still do the toy photography because I do enjoy that, and I try to incorporate that into my reviews and things like that. But my focus is 100% YouTube at this point.
Nice, man. That's awesome. So you said as a kid, let me welcome some people before I ask you my next question. So let's see, Legacy Nerd. I said at the beginning, I'll say it again. Congratulations, Daniel, on 1,000. You are an exclusive club. Hey,
Congratulations.
part of the club's right here. So congratulations, man. So proud of you, buddy. Good job. JMC, what's up, Joe? We've got Rolando, and we have got T3. So the usual crew is here. So thanks for showing up, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Um, so you said GI Joe was your go-to as a kid. What was it about GI Joe? First question. There's a lot of GI Joe guys on the chat. Obviously, did you have the USS Flag as a kid?
No, I
No.
definitely didn't have anything like
Okay.
that. I'm pretty sure it was just like one Christmas and probably a year after that. I really don't recall. I actually asked my mom recently, "Do you have any pictures of that Christmas so I can see kind of what I got and what I played with?" Because I don't really have too much memory of exactly what I got, but I know I played with them for years.
Nice.
Um, Obviously, Duke is a favorite, and I'm just drawing a blank on all the names right now, but just, played with all of them as a kid, but never had any of those big accessory sets.
Nice. Sorry, Dre. I forgot you. Welcome, Dre. Suez Geek Vault. Sorry about that, buddy. I missed you. Um. So now, what is your main what is your main toy line? What are you the most excited about now? Kind of with everything that's gone on the last couple of years. I mean, we talk about this with every guest on Hasbro and price increases and packaging and everything like that. What has really got your interest right now when it comes to collecting?
So when I started the toy photography, was a lot. I started collecting a lot of Marvel Legends and Batman, and now I don't really, due to the price increases, I don't collect a whole lot of Marvel Legends. But the GI Joes, I can't stop myself from buying those
Yeah.
ones. Pretty much every single one that comes out, I'll buy them here. In Canada, they're $35 minimum,
Mm,
and the
mm.
exclusive ones that are exclusive at Target for you guys, Toys R Us here in Canada, they sell for $45 plus
Oof.
tax.
Oh,
So it's
ouch.
definitely hard to collect those exclusive ones for sure. I passed on Recondo, and then now I regret it.
Oh man. Well, you know what? I'll try to get you one of those because and I know Ed's got one too. They went down to 11.99 in the
Oh
states today.
wow, that's
So man,
crazy.
I'll
That's
see if I can
crazy.
hook you up with one of those.
Awesome.
See if you need that because yeah, here in the states, you've probably heard it too. It'll go for a little while with a lot of these lines, Star Wars, GI Joe, Marvel, and then they'll hit clearance after about 2 or 3 months, and then you can
Yeah,
get stuff half off, really with no problem. And that's actually continuing into the new year. So, man, if you need anything, you just hit us up and we'll help you out,
I
man.
appreciate that.
Because yeah, just today a bunch of stuff went on clearance and that sort of thing. So we'll definitely help you out, man.
Awesome.
Which
And
is
then
what it's
there's
all about.
Yeah, and then there's Ninja Turtles, obviously. So those two kind of lines that I was really first into when I was a kid are the ones that kind of hook me now. The Ninja Turtles, whether it be NECA or Super 7, I've just started to grab some Super 7. The later ones, I hear the earlier ones aren't very good, but I got
Mhm.
Ray Fillet and Scratch, and I love them. I think they're
Nice.
just fantastic action figures.
Yeah, they're doing good. How did you feel about the reveals that they did the other day with the Rat King and with the Rocker Mikey and the Casey Jones and the April O'Neil? I was very disappointed in that Rat King.
Same, very underwhelmed for sure. It was just like I was going to do a video on it, but I was like, I don't even care about these figures. So
Right,
I
right.
didn't, or a reveal, but yeah, I didn't care about them at all. The ones prior though, they look fantastic.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
getting some of those ones.
Scumbag, I'm in for
Oh
Scumbag, no doubt about it. It
yeah,
looks fantastic. It looks
Rocker
fantastic.
Donnie, he was one of my
Rocket Donnie.
favorite figures as a kid. I carried that was one of the figures I kind of carried around. Your mom said, grab a toy, we're going somewhere. That would be the one I
That's
would
your
grab.
guy. Nice, nice, man. Yep. What are you looking forward to? We'll get to the Batman in a minute, but what are you looking forward to that you've seen so far this year that's really got your eye? I'm gonna guess GI Joe because they've released so many good things like the Trouble Bubble, the figures that they released with the Walmart stuff the other day was great. So, what are you looking forward to the most this year?
Yeah, the Range Viper, that looks fantastic. Big Ben with the gas mask. All the GI Joes, really, I can't see really passing on too many of them. I was really disappointed that what's his name, the Snow one, Snow
Oh,
Jump,
Snow Jump. Yeah,
Snow
it's too
Jump
bad he's
is
an exclusive. Yeah,
he's an exclusive. I'm hoping that eventually, usually those kind of go to GameStop, so I'm hoping that happens with that figure.
okay.
Really hoping to get that one. That one looks pretty cool. But all of the GI Joe reveals have been fantastic for sure. So I'm looking forward to all of them.
Nice. Did you get Serpentor?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I
Nice.
got it a couple months ago now, at least. Yeah, that was a very successful video of mine. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
I
everybody
was
loves
surprised
that
at how many
figure.
views I got on that one.
Yep, yep. Nice. Awesome. Let me welcome a couple more people, man. Killstar37, what's up, buddy? And we've also got EC Collecting. Colin, what's up, my man? Thanks for being here,
What's going
guys.
on?
Okay, so let's talk about this YouTube thing. We touched on it a little bit, but how's that going for you? I know you just hit 1,000 subs, which we've talked about, but
Yeah.
what are kind of your aspirations for that? Where do you see your channel going? Where do you want it to go? Do you want to be monetized, or do you just want to keep having fun like you are right now?
Well, the goal was to be monetized, and I just did that. So
Oh,
that's
congratulations! Nice,
thank you so
nice.
much. I can't believe it. Making pennies, but I'm still
Right,
making
right.
something. That's for sure. So that first goal, I can't believe I hit it. I really, when I started, I was like, yeah, we'll see how it goes in 5 years. If I'm, at a few hundred subs, then maybe I'll stop doing it. But with the kind of the success that I've had, a little bit of success that I've had, I'm definitely going to keep going and see where I can go with it for sure. Yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
What do you say? What do you think is a realistic goal, like per year, as far as subs and watch hours go for you? Do you have a goal for this year by the end of the year to say, okay, I want to be at 2,000 subs, or I want to be at 3,000 subs, or
Yeah, I just thought about that the other day. Actually, once I kind of got to about 500, like I was saying, I think my original goal was probably 1,000 within that 5 years. I was hoping, and I hit that within just after the first year. So then I started thinking, well, what's my next goal? And I try to just kind of keep it 100 at a time. Like I want to get to that next 100 subs. But in a year, I'm hoping it gets easier as you get more subs. You kind of get a little bit easier to get some subs. But 3,000, I would hope by the end of the year. I think they're by February, this time next year. If
Mhm.
I'm at 3,000, I'd be very satisfied and happy with that for sure.
Right. Nice. Yeah. I heard people tell me when I hit 1,000, and I'll tell you this too. I heard people say that it was going to be easier. It seems like it's harder.
Yeah,
Maybe that's just me. Maybe people are stale on Yukon Phil. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like it's gotten tougher. We were talking about this behind the scenes. Like you get these peaks and valleys where one couple months you're like booming 300
yeah.
subs in a month, and the next month you're like 10. And it's have you noticed that? From
Oh, big
watching
time.
you in the background, it seems like your growth is pretty steady.
So I think it was somewhere around 85 subs per month was a good
Okay,
month for
that's
me.
good, man. That's good.
When and like I was talking to you earlier about when I hit 900, I thought, okay, it'll be a month before I
Yeah,
I get to 1,000, and I just kept, I'd gain five and lose three, gain two and lose one, and it was becoming very frustrating, hard to get motivated to do a video.
yeah.
And then you finally you break through, and I got close to the 1,000 and posted on Instagram, and thankfully, pretty quickly that weekend I hit 1,000, and I was so happy and thankful that everybody came and supported me for sure, because it's a great accomplishment to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel very thankful that that many people tuned in to hear me talk about toys.
Huge relief too, because I
It
know,
is.
yeah, it's
It
a huge
is.
relief once it actually does because it kind of eats at you. Um, Going with that, how are you with that? How are you with the numbers? And is it something where it drives you crazy, or you just check it out every once in a while? You're like, okay, this is where I'm at. Happy with that.
No, no, it's obsessive.
Okay.
For sure, yeah. Unfortunately, and I see some of your guests say the opposite. They don't worry about that. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I'm, totally looking at it nonstop. Even when I post a video, what are the numbers? What can I do to make it better? Should I change the thumbnail? And it gets to a point that I don't like being like that, but it's just the way that I am.
Have you ever? I'm with you. I'm exactly the same way, man. I'm like, what did I do wrong? You see
Yeah.
people with like half the subs as you, and they're killing it. And like, how is this possible? How is it for your mental health? Because that's a big thing that you and I have talked about. You and I are actually going to do a video on that here
Yeah.
in the future. Um, how has it been on your mental health? Because I know for me, I need to take breaks like every couple months because I start getting obsessive. How is that for you?
Well, so far since I've started, I don't think I've taken a break. Maybe a week. So I probably should, and I was going to, and then it got close to hitting 1,000, and then I just feel like I keep grinding, and certain things keep happening. I get a good video, so it pushes me to do more and not take a break. But I should certainly take a break. And there's just every once in a while I'll feel like, do I want to do this anymore? Is it worth it? Things like that. Buying toys, constantly buying stuff. That's the most stressful probably. My wife's very good. She doesn't spend a lot of money. So I'm the one that in the relationship that spends the money, and it gets stressful,
Yeah.
especially with everything going up now. Every
Oh yeah.
single thing that you can think of is going up, and I'm spending toys. So I definitely feel like I should cut back and only get certain things, only collect certain lines, ones that I really want,
Yeah.
ones that are going to be good for my channel, which
Well,
is awesome.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Yep, yep. And it's important, like with all of us, have that budget, stick with that budget, and stay the course, and try not to buy things for views, try not to do
yeah,
that sort of thing. So yeah, but that can be tough.
absolutely.
So, Geek Strong, what's up, Dean? Dean's going to be my guest next week. So thanks
Awesome.
for being on, Dean. And I think we've welcomed everybody else as usual. If you guys have any questions for Matt as I'm going on, please let me know. Yeah, Daniel, the warehouse sale for Hasbro didn't help a lot of people when it comes to spending money. Did you guys? Do you guys have Hasbro? I mean, you can get on Hasbro Pulse. Do they ship to Canada? I think they
They
do. They?
do ship to Canada,
Okay.
but it's totally like I got to convert it. So everything that you buy is 1.35% on top of that, and then the shipping also. So I wanted to use something as an example. Just a regular action figure, they charge $35 on Hasbro Pulse. I'm probably paying $75 for that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
hard times,
So
man.
like I think Snow Job, I think I calculated, I think it was going to be $75 to
Mm,
get Snow Job
that's tough. That's tough. That's very tough. So
for
with that,
sure.
how much have you had to adjust things? So was there ever a time you were a completionist and now you've had to back off that and just kind of get what you want, or is it just kind of pick and choose what you like and what would also be a good video?
No, I've never been a completionist. I've never been an army builder. My wife she wouldn't understand getting the same action figure over and over again.
Right.
I've been a hard enough time convince her of why I need to buy certain figures. But um, sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry, just refresh me with your question again there.
So I
Oh,
mean,
with that completionist. Go ahead, please.
yeah, have you had to just adjust, like, really the last couple years have just been really bad when it comes to, because I used to be a completionist on Black Series. No
Yeah.
way now. Um, how much has it really changed your habits? Is it something where you're like, okay, I can only do this many lines, or I can only do
Yeah.
this many figures with all these lines, or how is that actually going for you?
For sure, for sure. Yeah, so I've never been a completionist, but I've definitely had to stop collecting certain lines. When
Right.
I get into certain lines, I'll kind of stop collecting. Like at first, I was collecting Batman, Ninja Turtles, Marvel Legends, and Ghostbusters. when GI Joe came out, I had to stop collecting Ghostbusters to replace it
Right.
with the GI Joes. And now I really, with all the prices going up, I've cut down on Marvel Legends because that was just things I got to take pictures of. Really didn't have a lot of attachments to a lot of those characters, like
Right.
I do the GI Joes or Ninja Turtles for sure. So I've definitely cut back, but have never really been a completionist. I just get figures that I like.
That's the way to do it, man, for sure. Definitely the way to do it. JJ's got a question for you. He says, he does. He asks this for everybody. So you're in that group. Do you collect hot toys or have you thought about collecting hot toys at all?
100%. I would love to collect Hot Toys, but it just comes into the price. My
Mm.
wife would just lose her mind
You
if
spend
I
how
spent
much
that
money on
much on
action
one
figure?
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I spent that much on one action figure, I don't think I would. I think I'd be sleeping on the couch for a while.
I mean, it's a lot, and especially since you're in Canada. I mean,
Yeah,
they're pushing $300 a piece here. I mean, I know for the Star Wars, and it's just like, oh man, you're probably 450.
exactly.
So
Yeah, before 50,
it's
500.
right. It's hard to justify that for one figure.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know how some of these guys do it. You're talking Jetta Patrol, you're taking Justin's collections. They buy literally every release, and it's like they must have the most uh, nice and compassionate wives in history, or they're not married.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah, it's rough. Yep, yep.
crazy.
Yep. So, okay. So let's talk about the Batman releases. Big deal this week.
Yeah,
Batmobile sold out. Like, man, it was what, an hour or two, maybe? What
yeah,
did you
wild.
get from the releases that we saw? What did you pre-order? And what are your thoughts on it? What are you looking forward to the most?
The Batmobile for sure. So, like you said, it sold out. It was great. There's a particular retailer that I order from in Canada for certain things. Most of the times, I'll just pre-order it at GameStop. But I've been using this online retailer from time to time, and he had it, and it sold out in a day. And then, luckily, 2 days ago, I think it was Saturday, Wing or Lose on Instagram. He's huge for Canadian collectors.
Yep.
Always
Yep.
gives out SKUs. So amazing. So he put out the SKU for GameStop. So I pre-ordered it. Went in right away on Saturday morning and pre-ordered that and the two Batman figures.
Nice.
The Batwing.
Are
Go
you on
ahead.
Wiener loses his little broadcast thing?
No, I'm not. No,
Oh,
just
okay.
follow him on Instagram. I haven't really
Gotcha.
checked out that broadcast thing too
It's
much.
weird. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, no worries at all. And then the Batwing is actually a GameStop exclusive here. As far as I know, it's GameStop, but it was 299. So it'd be over $300 to get that Batwing. So definitely not getting that. But
Right.
the Michael Keaton Batman, I'm excited for, but I was hoping it was going to look a little bit more like him.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed on the cockpit of the
Yeah.
Batmobile. It's a
Yep.
little too wide, a little too up. Um, my buddy, nerd affiliated Hey Archer, he had a great point. So you probably watched the Todd McFarlane video where
Yep.
he's like, "Well, this fits in here, but I'm not actually going to put the figure in." I
Yeah.
thought that was a huge mistake to
Yeah.
have. You know,
That's-
like what's our PR team doing at McFarlane? You got to show because from the images, it doesn't look like Batman fits in that very good at all.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a little bit of a tight fit. So I think
Yeah.
that was a little bit of a miss. But $60, I paid 60 because I got it on Amazon really quick. Um, they just put Hasbro to complete shame when it
Yeah.
comes to any HasLabs or anything. Like, even the Batwing does, because the Batwing comes with an actual wall mount. I don't know if you guys know
Yeah.
that, but it comes
That's
with
right.
an actual wall mount, and even 249, 299 for you, 249 for us. That blows Hasbro anything Hasbro's done in the last 5 years completely out of the water. So
It's
it's like I think
unbelievable.
Todd
Yeah.
McFarlane was just like, "You're a move."
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. It's
Yep.
like the Batmobile was $100 here, so even
Which
that's not
still
too
is
bad.
great. It's 22 inches long. I mean,
Yeah.
it's huge.
The HasLab, that was what was 349. So I
That
was
was
looking at like
350.
$500 to get the HasLab. There's just no way that thing is worth $500, but
No, no,
super
no.
excited for that Batmobile.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. And obviously everyone is. I think everybody on here probably pre-ordered it. Because it's just something that we've been asking for so long.
Yeah.
And it's finally here. And it's like, it kind of looks a little cheap. If you look at it, you can
Yeah.
kind of tell the sounds that McFarlane had and stuff's like, eh. but still, it's an '89 Batmobile. You got to get it. You know, I mean,
Exactly.
you got to get it. It's
If
just
you're born in the '80s, that's your
you're born in the
Batmobile.
'80s. I mean, I remember going to the movie theater and seeing that. I was so pumped to see it. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I got another question for you from T3 here. So T3 asks, "What's your go-to Marvel Legends character to collect? Who's your favorite Marvel Legends character to collect?"
Spider-Man. So great question because I said I was stopping to collect Marvel Legends, except for Spider-Man. So anything kind of Spider-Man villain, they put out a lot of Spider-Mans last year and in
Ton.
the recent years. So I think I'm good with Spider-Man. The two pack with Spinneret, that's a fantastic action figure. And I have a Mezco Spider-Man, so I'm super satisfied with my Spider-Man. But the villains, give me all of them that you're going to put out. I'll take all of them.
Nice, nice. I think that's a lot of people's go-to. T3 just said it. That's his go-to. I already knew that, but yes, I think. Well, and they've gotten harder to get. They've gotten more
Yeah.
expensive and harder to get. So, do you have all the villains? Do you have Rhino and Scorpion and all those?
Pretty much most of the ones that I want that they've put out so far. I think Scorpion I passed on. Wasn't crazy about it. Had the little holes in the tail and for I guess for the articulation, but yeah, just passed on that one. But I think I've gotten everyone that I've wanted so far.
Nice, nice. So another question. Well, you and I talked about this. We actually did a dry run the other day, just because we wanted to make sure, with going across the border here, so we're making sure that we were on the same page and everything. But I asked you if you were going to get into toy hunting at all. You can tell these guys the answer.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely am. I'm going to start doing a particular episode called "Searching for Canada's Toy Stores." I've got the first store lined up. I talked to him on Friday, so hopefully I'll get an opportunity to go down to his store after work sometime and film that. I'm
Awesome.
excited to start doing that for sure.
Very
I'm
cool.
going to
Very cool.
interview the owner and hopefully try to run the questions as I'm kind of showing the toys. Do something a little different.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. I was hoping you were getting into toy hunting because you got a good way with the dialogue in the background. Your voiceovers are great. So congratulations,
Awesome.
man.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. I'm very happy for you that you're doing that. Very cool. So JJ, Spider-Man retros are the way to go. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. And Windy Billy Figs. God, I can't talk today. Windy Billy Figs. Thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate it. There was one other question I thought here, real quick. Give me one sec, Matt. Maybe not. Maybe I missed it. 10,000. Okay. Okay. So, another question. In your videos, when you're doing, because your videos, you have fun with them. I can tell that you try to do something different. What's
Yeah.
the thinking behind each video? Is it something that it's like I want to push this part, or I want to push the? Because you and I were talking about we always forget the articulation. We always
Yeah.
forget that. I watched your oh, I can't think of his name now. Your GI Joe, the guy with the red hair.
Outback.
Outback. Yes, I watched your Outback and great video, man. You made it
Thank
funny
you.
and everything else. What is the thinking when you're doing your videos and trying to add some humor to it?
I don't really know. I just try to do something different each time and incorporate photography into it because that's kind of where I started in this toy kind of journey. Uh, yeah, and so I just really try and I try to do some research. There were some videos I did and some people commented, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." So now I really
Yeah.
try to do some research about those characters. Some of these I didn't watch a lot of the GI Joe cartoon growing up. I don't even know if we had it in Canada. So it was really just playing with the toys. So I was being a kid, being 4 or 5 years old. I have no idea. Didn't even know what Snake Eye's name was. Just know that I like these kind of this cool black looking ninja.
Right.
So I really tried to do some research, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. And started to do AI voiceovers, and I'm having just a ton of fun with those. So I'll use kind of the knowledge or the intro of the information that I've learned about the character doing AI voice. I think I've used Walter White's.
Yeah,
Don't
you
don't
yeah,
tell
yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, yep.
But they're
You
having a lot of
use
fun, and I just try to do something different. Each time out, I don't really think about. I try to set up. Okay, this is what I want to do with the video, but where it goes by the end of it, it's just whatever I end up recording and throwing in there, and
just having fun with it. You know,
Just having fun with it
that's the
for sure.
thing, man. Yeah. When you do a video and you go back and you watch it and then you put it on YouTube, do you ever go back and watch it and critique yourself and say, "Oh, this is where I could fix this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I can add something to it." Do you ever do that?
Every video, every video. So I watch every video on YouTube for because a couple of times I've seen glitches and they're not on the recording. Why that happens after uploading it to YouTube, and you're able to edit it out or re-upload the video. So I definitely go back and watch them and critique it. And
Got
at
it.
first it was really hard to hear your voice. Or I started off actually I would do the intro and you would see my face, and that I really critiqued kind of how I looked and how I sounded and things like that.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit more comfortable once I stopped showing my face.
Yeah. Is that something that's just taking time to get used to? Do you think that you're going to change that? So with toy hunting,
Yeah,
man, you're gonna kind of have to. Yeah, yeah. So,
for
it,
sure. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try to incorporate more of me talking in front of the camera. This setup behind me, when you asked to do it, my basement had a little bit of a flood, so it's kind of a mess right now.
yeah,
So when I was trying to find a place to do this, I had the Hot Wheels in my garage here, and I set up, and I thought, this isn't too bad, and it's a lot easier to do it. Before I was doing it on my computer, I had to clear kind of a space off, set up the lights. It was just a lot of extra work. But with this kind of setup that I got here, I think I might incorporate myself into more of my videos. We'll
yeah,
see.
man. Absolutely, you're doing great, man. Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.
You should, you should. Let me welcome a couple of new ones. Gary's Grails, what's up, Gary? Yes, damn you, Ed, for getting us back into GI Joes. And let's see, I thought I saw somebody else. Oh, Dave's Dimension. What's up, Dave? 1,100
Oh,
subs. Way to go, man.
congratulations.
Glad to have you here, buddy. All right, and there was another question. So Dre's got a question for you. It says, "How is toy hunting and retro toy hunting in Canada?" I followed Ethan Page on YouTube, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of spots.
Definitely not. So there's a lot of different toy stores, a lot. But in like certain cities, like Toronto, I live about an hour outside of Toronto. So in my town, there's about one toy store. But then there's different, about half an hour away, there's some bigger cities that you can have 5 or 6 different toy stores in those cities that are great for toy hunting, vintage toys. Walmart's Toys R Us is ridiculous price. Like, do you guys have Toys R Us still in the
So
states? I know it left, but
we've got it in Macy's. It's popped into some Macy's, but it's like a small section. They axed that. What it was that was like 2017, 2018.
oh
So
wow.
we don't really have that except in a couple of those Macy's. And I think that's, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have a Macy's in Oklahoma, so but I think that's pretty much primarily during Christmas. So
Yeah, so the Toys R Us, they're ridiculous price. I rarely buy stuff there unless it's an exclusive GI Joe and I have no choice. Like Bazooka, I wanted
yeah,
that figure so bad, and I think it's great. Sure, I paid $50 for it retail,
right, right,
but I love that action figure.
right.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Joes for sure. And Outback, the Tiger Force Outback, that was
Yeah,
also Toys R Us exclusive. But Walmart's are hit and miss. My current Walmart, it hasn't had new toys since Christmas. But then there's some outside of the city. There's outside of my town. There's definitely some Walmarts that are a little bit better. But yeah, you guys get so many more toys than we do. It's not even
yeah,
close. Not
yeah.
even close.
And
I
I
watch
kind of
your hunts, and I'm like, oh man, it's going to be 6 7 months before we get that figure
and
here.
I'm sitting there complaining we have nothing. Like, same crap. I see the same stuff over and over. And Matt's like, Shut up. I want that stuff."
Like
Well,
I'm actually going to do a video probably on McFarlane that I don't know what's going on, but I honestly haven't seen a restock of McFarlane action figures for 6 months.
really?
Like the Arkham, maybe not 6 months, but I think it's the Arkham wave that is just getting released into Canada and GameStop
Wow.
right now.
That is way
So
out because
it's
I think
stuff
we
like
got that in
that
October.
I don't know why. And
Yeah.
the Dark Knight trilogy, I have a pre-order from GameStop that's coming in end of April. You guys
Okay.
got it in February.
Yeah. Yeah. We're starting to see it in GameStops and Amazon. has gotten it. Some of the other retailers have gotten it too. So yeah, yeah. I kind of had an idea it was in Canada because I watch Laura Legends. You probably know who Laura
Oh yeah,
Legends is.
yeah,
And yeah, it's like if you want dinosaurs, they got tons of dinosaurs at
yeah.
Toys R Us, but
Lots,
anything
lots,
else, it seems like it's very
yeah,
hit and miss
for
and
sure. Marvel
difficult to
Legends
get.
isn't too bad, especially at Toys R Us because they charge 40. They're pretty much 35 to $44 for Marvel Legends at Toys R Us. So they just warm pegs.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
like even the new ones pretty much warm pegs. It's crazy. So you can pretty much get your pick of Marvel Legends, but
right.
dinosaurs, lots,
Yeah,
lots.
tons. I've noticed Transformers kind of sit there too. You
Yeah,
guys get all the exclusives. It doesn't seem like they move when it's, 80, $90 for a leader class. I can kind of understand why that stuff's sitting around too. So,
for sure.
all right,
It's
man, got a
priced.
couple of questions for you. All right. So, Carlos is asking, what is your grail figure? It can be anything. Forget the price. What is your main grail figure that you'd love to have?
It's so hard to say. Probably it's like something like SH Figure Arts Deadpool.
Okay.
It's not even that expensive. It's just again, it's hard for me to justify spending, somewhere around $100 for an action figure. I
Yep.
really try to keep it around that $50, 35 to $50 price point. But that SH figure, I'm a huge Deadpool fan, so that would be on top of my list. The SH Figure Arts Deadpool, Mezco Popeye. I missed the boat
Yeah.
on that one,
Nice.
and I would love
Nice.
to get that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man. Definitely. Definitely. Payne's Toys, he wants to know what programs do you use for editing and the AI voiceover?
AI voiceover is 11 Labs. And yeah, I just started using it. So it's a really cool program. I think they give you 10,000 characters free per month just for
Okay.
signing up. And
Okay.
then I don't think you can create any voices, but you can use five that they kind of programmed in there. And there's some really good ones. One of them I do use for my thing. I kind of switch between my own voiceover, Walter White's, and the one that they kind of programmed. I tried to use Deadpool's Ryan Reynolds, and I didn't like it very much. I used it once, but I won't use it again.
Nice.
And then for my film editing, I use OpenShot
Open shot.
on my computer. Yeah, it's a free. So all my stuff is free except for the one on my phone, and it actually gives me problems. I paid for the year. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Movie Maker, Filmmaker, or Movie
Yeah.
Maker.
Yeah. Yep. Totally
And
agree with that.
it's so I really like doing like if I get news and I'm at work, I'll kind of bang out a video while I'm on lunch, and I'll use that app. And after the 3 seconds, if there's a word there, it glitches. It's
Oh man.
so strange. So, and I paid for it. So, but it was only $20 for the lifetime of it. But it's a decent app. So I've kind of tried to put something before I start talking to avoid that glitch. And
Gotcha.
it's
Gotcha.
okay, but sometimes it still happens. And I can keep saving it over and over again. And sometimes it'll save it and it won't be there. And sometimes it will. So if you
Nice.
ever hear a glitch in some of my videos, that's why. But OpenShot, it's a great program. And again, only issue I found with that program is it shuts down. I don't know if it's my computer, but you'll be working on it and I'll do something a little bit too fast and edit too fast and it'll just shut down. How
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
about
Cool.
you? What do you
So
use?
I use InShot on my phone. I literally do everything on my phone. I found an editor that does all my graphics and stuff. Paid 8.99 for the whole year for
Oh
that.
wow.
So my logo I got for free. No, I think I paid $3 for my logo because I used to do everything in Paint, man. I was like,
Yeah.
a kid trying to create this crap, and I was just terrible at it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get a little more professional. So I do that. I use InShot, which is a free service, a free app.
Okay.
I know Gary's Grails. He uses the same one as I do. So, you
I'll have
know,
to check it out.
yeah, it's great, man. And the editor also gives you templates to do your thumbnails. So
Okay.
that's where I get a lot of my thumbnails and stuff too. I can just add a picture to it. It's already got the fonts and stuff preloaded, so you can choose what fonts you want. I actually use that to do all you guys who come on the show. I do that to do your intros. So yeah, man. I mean, I literally do every single thing from this little thing right here. I
Yeah.
don't even use my computer. The only thing I use my computer for is the live stream
Okay.
because it's just too small. I'm like, I need my glasses or something to even see you guys when we're doing this. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but it works great, man. It really does. JJ's got another question for you. So, besides figures, what else do you collect, if
Besides
anything?
for figures.
Besides action figures.
Um, Pop figures. I'm working on a video that probably my biggest script I've ever written for a YouTube video. So I'm excited to do that video. It's about pop figures, and I've never done a pop figure video. I collected them from probably about 2011 to 2019. I stopped collecting those as I got into the toy photography with
Sure.
action figures. And my friend that got me into this, Toy Guy Six, he collects. He's got one of the biggest pop collections I've ever seen. But I'm kind of deciding. I don't really collect them too much anymore. But I'm actually the video is kind of about should I sell this collection with Funko destroying $30 million worth of pop figures a
I was
couple
gonna
weeks ago.
say, I thought I heard they had like one of the worst years. They remind me of Beanie
Yeah,
Babies all over
yeah,
again. It's like I
all
think
day
they
long.
lost like 42 million or something last year.
Yeah, something
So I
like
don't think
that.
we're gonna be seeing pops around very soon. I think we're probably seeing the last days of
For
Funko. I think.
sure.
Yeah,
And
which is
out of
sad.
my pop collection, it's a lot of Batman. I would say half of I got about 250 of them,
Oh
and
wow.
about half
Wow.
of them are probably related. And then my wife has 200 Disney ones. It's crazy.
Nice. Well,
She
you
doesn't
guys are
collect them
nice.
either. Yeah.
That's
But
awesome,
they're
man.
worth a ton of money, so that's why I definitely will probably sell them.
Yeah.
And then Hot Wheels behind me. My garage is filled with Hot Wheels. I can't even put any more on the wall. So that's a big kind of collection is the Hot Wheels.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Dave's got a question for you. So this is a great question, Dave. If you could design a toy line of your dreams, what would it be? Great
Oh,
question.
that's a great question, and I have an answer for it.
Nice,
A,
nice.
a police and a fire line,
Okay,
a hundred
cool.
percent. Yeah,
Cool.
police and fire. So like all kinds of different jurisdictions, like New York Police, Chicago Fire, same kind of thing. Maybe throw in some nurses and doctors in there too. But yeah, 100% it would be
Awesome,
that.
man.
In terms of like an actual IP, I would love to see a Dick Tracy line.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Would love to see somebody do that. And Valaverse just signed an IP. I did a video saying that I think it's Dick Tracy. So we'll see if it becomes reality. That would be great. I know
Me-
Mezco's doing it, but
Mezco. I was just gonna
their
say that.
figures
Yep.
are they don't put out a
Interesting.
lot of figures. I'd like a company to put out a lot of them because they have like something like 200 different characters
Mm.
in the realm of Dick Tracy. And then the cost.
Yeah.
Mezco's
And they've
here,
gone so
Mezco, it's like
crazy.
$200 for
Yep.
for a Mezco now. So
Yep.
even
Yep.
those are pretty outrageous.
Yeah. Well, and it's like the '89 Batman. You
Yeah,
pre-order it, but then it's like, we have people that are 2, 3 years waiting for the '89 Batman. Then all of a sudden they say, "Oh, hey, it's in stock." It's like, well, where's everybody's pre-order?
yeah,
Come on, man. It's like, come on, let's go here. You're not even getting it out when it should be, and the weights are so bad. I heard they're great figures, but I was
yeah.
just gonna say that what you did, they do have a Dick Tracy line. I don't think a lot of people realize what you just said, though, how big Dick Tracy actually is. They probably just think of the movie and they're like, well, there was like, 7 or 8 people. There was Dick Tracy, a couple cops, Madonna. They probably think that that's it, but that's actually a big universe for Dick Tracy. So you're absolutely right
It is. It's such a big universe. And what I'm thinking of is the kind of kip action you could do. You can throw your Marvel Legends heads on there
on. Oh yeah,
and have
totally,
gangsters and detectives, and
totally.
kind of goes back to my want of a police line and a fireman line. Like, yeah, have some detectives and SWAT stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, great answer. Great question, great answer. I know.
Great,
Let's see. I
great
thought I
question.
had.
Thanks.
Yep. Let's see. There was another question. I gotta find it, man. Let me find it. Okay, so Dave says, surprised we never had a police or emergency service line for toys after 9/11. That absolutely. You would think that
Yeah,
would be kind of one of the go-tos. But the dollar store, yeah, you have that kind of stuff with the dollar store. Do you ever go to That's a great question. You ever go to the dollar store and look at some of those figures and be like, these are actually not that bad?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my son all the time. Every time we have dollar. Do you guys have Dollarama in the states?
So we have Dollar Tree. What else do we have? We have Dollar Tree. We have Dollar General. Basically the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Dollarama is the big one in Canada, and we have Dollar Tree. Those would probably be the two main ones in Canada, or at least in Ontario. And Dollarama, they get some of the more name brand stuff. Marvel. I just went in there and they had the 3 3/4 Marvel line.
Wow,
They had a
really?
bunch of them. They had the Black Spider-Man. They had the Thing, a whole bunch of them. And I did a short saying, once your line ends up in the dollar store, you know it's dead.
Yeah.
And then it was 2 days later that they said they were putting the line on hold. And I was like, oh, look at that.
You
I was
called
right.
it, man. You called
Yeah,
it.
it was
You
pretty
called
cool.
it. Yep,
But so
yep.
you see those things from time to time in the store, and it's just wild. I've gotten a couple of Deadpool things, Batman things that are $4 or $5, and it's like I'd pay like $10 for this or
Right, right,
$12 for this thing.
right. And
And
like
then
Daniel's absolutely right. We have a store in Texas and in Oklahoma. Daniel's from Texas. Um, it's called Ollie's, and I mean, we've been getting Black Series in that just came a couple
oh,
of months ago. We've been getting
crazy.
the Han Solo from Force Awakens, the Chewie, the Ponda Baba, the Dr. Evans, and we've been getting those for like $10. And
Wow.
it's like we couldn't find those. It took me a good 6 months after the release just to find those, and now $10 at Ollie's. So hopefully that
Wow.
doesn't mean Black Series is dead, but I mean it might. Let's
Not a
hope
good
not.
sign.
Not a good time. You're
So
not.
we'll
So
end
you're
up
not
on
really
Disney.
into Star Wars too much.
Not at all. Never
Okay.
have been into Star Wars. I've seen one of the movies. I had a friend down from the US and he wanted to go see it. I couldn't even tell you which one it was, but it was probably 2000-ish, whatever movie came out around then. Uh, yeah, no idea. But yeah, just never really gravitated to it. Been more into the Batman and Ninja Turtles
Sure. Sure.
and things like that in terms of movies. And then obviously like the Marvel ones. But as a kid, for me, it was Batman and then Ninja Turtles as well.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Very cool. General Kenobi's Bunker. What's up, man? Good to have
Yeah,
you on. Another great YouTuber, man. So if you haven't checked
yeah,
him out, go check him out.
definitely.
Um, let's see. We also have Dirt Cheap. I found figures at $4. Nice. That were
Wow.
brand new at Target. Awesome.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
When something
Right
goes
into it.
on clearance in Canada, we're probably paying $20 for it, like a Marvel
Okay.
Legends. To give you an example, at Walmart, if it goes for $20, I'm grabbing it. I just grabbed some of the Wakanda movie figures because they were on
Cool.
clearance for $20.
Which, I
Had no
mean, if
interest
they're
in them.
normally 35, 20 is actually a
Yeah,
good deal. I mean, that's a good
yeah,
bargain, man. I mean,
for sure.
take what
But
you can get.
$4.
Right, right. Do you guys get a lot of clearance? I mean, we kind of talked about this before, but do you get a lot of clearance or is it pretty much just like after Christmas and that's kind of
Yeah,
it?
just really after Christmas. They don't put a lot of them on clearance unless they're really trying to get rid of them. Like the movie Snake Eyes are still in my Walmart for 35.99,
We still
and they're
got that
still in
problem
Toys
too.
R Us for 44.99. They're
I don't
never ever
know.
going to sell.
I don't know what it is about that line. They just won't let it go. Ed and I were talking about this the other day. They actually put Storm Shadow on Amazon for $5. I bought a couple. Ed bought a couple. JJ bought a couple, and it's like, but then it's back up to full price now. It's like, well, nobody wants that crap, and they're still clogging the pens. I know it. My
Yeah,
Walmart, they won't put out any new Joes because those things are still clogging the pens, the pegs. It's amazing,
yeah.
man.
I
Absolutely
hear I
amazing.
hear that all, and I see it every Walmart I go into. They have them. They're fully stocked on those old movie Snake Eye GI Joes. It's awful.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, you ruffled some feathers here, man. So what? No Star Wars? Mad about toys? I
I
just
knew that was going to happen,
unsubscribed.
though.
Well, I mean, dude,
Sorry.
we were cool, but if you look at my background,
I have nothing against it. It's just not for me.
it's all good, dude. It's all good. It's all good. Everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their thing for sure. So, let's see. Let me get to a couple more comments here on Walmart clearance and stuff. Yeah, Walmart's kind of cheap about their clearances. Like we'll get stuff. It's 24. It'll go to like 19, and it'll just sit. It
Okay.
won't go anywhere. Um, do you guys have Target in Canada?
No, it
Okay.
we did, and it left 2014 somewhere around there. They just
Okay.
couldn't compete with Walmart, I guess. But yeah, we had it was a
Wow.
good run. I found that's kind of around when I started collecting was when they were in Canada, and they had some good stuff.
Yeah.
I loved going to Target, and then they unfortunately they left.
Yeah. That really hurts because Target right now, I think they're the best. I don't know if you remember Kmart. Kmart used to be a
Yeah,
big deal down here as well, but also gone. So it's really tough. It's tough for a toy hunter too because you're going to Walmart and Target all the time. But yeah, it's
yeah.
tough to get stuff now. With that kind of thing happening. When you only got 2 stores,
Yeah.
it's tough to get things, man. So,
It is
yeah,
for sure,
it's tough.
and I'm so upset that NECA. It seems like they got when I started collecting NECA, they were in GameStop, and I could just pre-order them, get the figures, no problem. Now they go to Toys R Us, and they're jacked up in price. They never have them, so it's I've resorted to pretty much ordering from NECA for the last couple of years.
Yeah, how's that going for you? I know that can be a big problem for a lot of people. I've tried to do it, and I've had stuff in my cart, and they just kick it out. So how's that
For the most
experience
part,
been for you?
international, I've had no problems.
Good.
In terms of ordering the stuff, yeah, I've had no problems. It's like they had $15 for shipping. One of the things is it's strange is every once in a while I'll get an extra charge on top. Once they deliver it, they hold it at the post office and I have to pay an extra $15 to get the package. But it's not all the time. Why that
Really?
happens, I have no idea.
That's
The
really weird.
post office always says it's NECA, that it's their charge. So I don't know
I've
why,
never
but
heard of that. That's really
yeah.
weird. I've never
It
heard of
is
that.
really strange, but it's happened. I've ordered 10, 15 times from NECA, and it's probably happened half of the time.
Really?
Probably
Hmm.
7 times. Yeah. Strange.
I mean, everybody's just throwing out money left and right, and it's like if they can get a piece of the pie, they'll do it, man.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so I got another question for you from Dean. Does Matt About Toys know Rick from Left Coast Graphics or Laura Legends? We talked about Laura Legends, both from Canada. So Rick from Coast Graphics and Laura Legends, which we know you know.
Yeah. Laura, I do, but not the other one. Maybe I might have watched some of his stuff, and I just kind of try to watch a lot of different toy channels to kind of try to show support. So,
Yeah.
not exactly sure about the other one.
It gets hard to keep up, man. I try to do the same thing, and it's like, man, like I can't spend every single waking moment
Yeah.
watching every
Yeah.
single thing. So you start to feel kind of bad. You're like, man, these guys are on my stuff. I got to be on their stuff, and
Yeah.
it's tough. But guys, thank you always for being on this show. This show runs because of you guys, so thank you so much. So I'm gonna put you on the spot here because probably there's a lot of people here that you watch. 3 favorite YouTubers.
Well, in terms of the toy ones, I watch, like I just said, I try to watch as many as I possibly can, especially all the people that are on your channel that have supported me, helped me get to 1,000. I always try to go on there and at least hit the like button, give them some watch time. When I'm at work, a lot of the times I'll just have it playing on my computer, things like that. But in terms of not toy related content, love MMA. So MMA on Point would be one that I watch a lot. And then just random stuff that the guy talks about. I could listen to him talk about anything. I think it's Patrick CC, just random YouTube and entertainment stuff that guy talks about. Articulated Ninja, in terms of the toy
Yeah. Hmm.
industry,
Hmm.
makes fantastic videos. I don't think there's anybody that can make better videos than that guy, but he's gave me quite a few shout outs, and my channel is definitely
That helps, man.
saw an increase in subscribers
That helps.
because of him. So I gotta give him some love for sure for doing that. I'm such a small channel and he's a huge channel. He didn't need to do that, and it was really, really kind of him. And I'm definitely, if I get in that position, going to be doing the same kind of thing, paying
Yeah,
it forward to smaller YouTubers for
definitely.
sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, and there's another guy that just talks about other YouTubers too lazy to try. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that guy.
I
He's
haven't
pretty
heard of
funny.
that one. I haven't heard of
Yeah,
him. No.
it's he just talks about random Joe Rogan, Brendan Schwab type thing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put you on the spot again. If you could do a collaboration video, say a toy hunt, who would you pick? Who would you want to do a collaboration video and you think it would just go crazy with the views and you just have a great time with them?
Hmm. Well, obviously, somebody like yourself, that would be pretty cool. Let's do like a Canadian and American
That would be cool.
collaboration.
For sure, man. For sure.
Absolutely, that would be
For
very
sure.
cool for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. That was a great answer, dude. See, you're gonna be on the show again because of that answer. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Gary's Grails is pretty awesome. So man, if you haven't checked out Gary's Grails, go check
I
him out.
have definitely, yeah. I'm watching on my cell phone, so I can't see all the people in the chat to remind me. I smoke a lot of weed. Sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I forgot to welcome Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes, that's Ed's wife. So thank you, Blue Eyes. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it as always. All right, man. Well, I don't think there's any other questions these guys have. I'm going to give you a chance to go ahead and plug yourself a little more where we can find you. I think we all know that. But for anybody that catches the rewatch, tell us where we can find you, what you got on the horizon, and kind of what the future looks like for you.
All right, thank you so much. So Mad About Toys on YouTube, Mad About Toys Photography on Instagram, and I also have Mad About Toys on Instagram as well. I started the second channel when I started my YouTube, just so I can kind of keep my photography separately. So yeah, those three socials. I'm not really on. I'm on TikTok too, but that was really to just post the same shorts that were on YouTube. So definitely check me out on YouTube. Always doing different videos, trying to come up with different ideas. Always going to do those reviews of the action figures that I get in. But yeah, working on a couple of customs too. I'm not very good, but I try to do some custom videos, custom work on different GI Joe vehicles and things like that. I did a HISS tank of some random. I think it was kind of like one of those stores that you're talking about. They have discounted things, so it was an RC orange Nerf tank. It shot Nerf balls. I
Nice.
just looked at it and thought I could rip off the top, stick a guy in there, paint it black, and it looked like a HISS tank. And I did a video on it, and I think it turned out all right. So if you haven't
Nice.
seen that, go and check that one out.
Yeah. And guys, definitely go to his second channel, sub to that, keep supporting this guy. He's doing great work. And yeah, man, thank you so much for being on the show. I want to take a couple minutes out and really thank all you guys in the chat too. You guys, I was thinking about this today. This show has gotten, when I first started this show, I think I used to do it. You probably went in my videos and watched them out where I had the stupid
Yeah,
mask and the helmet. Had one guy on most times. Today we had our peak was 23. So I really
well,
want to thank you guys in the chat. You guys are
thank you
awesome.
so much, guys.
You always stand by me. You always stand by the guests. You always go and listen to me and go and sub to the guests because they're awesome. They're awesome guests. All you guys have been on this show or are going to be on this show. But thank you guys for always being on here, being active, being supportive and everything else. You guys are awesome. The reason we're all here is because of each other. So I really appreciate it, guys. Really, really appreciate it. For me, for this week, new video dropping tomorrow, 10 Central with a toy hunt. And then gonna have a couple reviews for you guys this week. Also, next week, as he said a couple times, Geek Strawn is my guest next week. So, looking forward to talking with Dean. We're still booked out all the way through April. So, we're going to keep going, man. Keep going. So, Matt, thank you again so much. You guys in the chat, thank you. We will
Thank
see
you
you
all so much.
guys.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. We will see you guys next week. You guys have a good one. Have a good week.
Have a good one.